Welcome to Coffee Cocktails. This is a brief update video to my previous Prusa XL review. I've been using it for about 6 months now and I really like it. There have been some improvements that have been delivered via software updates. There's been some things I've learned about this printer. It's better. I still would only recommend it to someone who needs this type of printer. This isn't a general purpose, everyone should have it printer. It's if you need a large format printer with a tool changer, I don't think you can find a better option at a better price. But there are better options if you don't need all of those things all at once. So what's changed? First off, there have been some really great software improvements with Prusa Slicer in general. There's a really great feature I discovered called Avoid Crossing Potentially Curling Overhangs. So as you're printing like a long overhang, especially something that's like extended outside of the part, it can really curl up, and if the extruder comes along and hits it, it will knock the part off the bed or damage something or just make a really bad scraping sound. Ideally, the answer is don't let your parts curl, but if that does happen, it will kind of take a guess and know to avoid those. But you know, that's good. There's been some improvements made to the to all sorts of features like how it moves, to the input shaping, which is very great. Recently, there was an update made to to add phase stepping calibration. Using the accelerometers in every one of these tool heads, the printer is able to shake the tool head back and forth and see how it's moving and calibrate something called phase stepping. Don't know what it is, except that it is actually magic because it reduced the volume of this printer so much. It said something like a 90% reduction in volume, and I think that's actually accurate. A lot of times when companies say, oh, twice as efficient as before, 3 times faster than the competitor, 90% quieter, this one actually is. It doesn't change how loud the fan is, and in very fast travel moves where it makes that high-pitched whine, it's still loud, but in normal operation, it's very quiet here. Do you have anything to say on the matter? I think that's an agreement. Phase stepping also did slightly, but noticeably improve the quality of some of the parts I've been getting off of this printer. It's really good. Another thing is that I've learned some techniques that are specific to this printer. I still, on occasion, will have very bad problems with the filament sticking to the bed. That's so much curling. But I found that's generally caused by 2 things that I can fix. The first off is dry filament. This printer needs dry filament. After you open up a reel of filament, I'm out. After you open up a reel of filament, it will start absorbing the humidity in the air, and in as little as a month, it will be enough to where this printer will have big problems trying to print with it. So you can always dry it out in a special dry box, in just a plastic container that you make with a bunch of silicone desiccant, silica beads, those things that say do not eat on them. I think you're not actually supposed to eat those. We won't be putting those in a drink anytime soon, I guarantee you that. You could also use a food dehydrator, an oven at very low temperature if you know what you're doing. Don't melt a big mess in your oven, and that really helps. If I were to take that same filament, though, that's wet, that this printer can't do, and put it in any other printer, in my old Ender 3, it would print just fine. So I consider that a flaw in this extruder design that makes it need dry filament more so than any other printer, but it is something you can work around and fix pretty easily. And eventually I hope to have a dry box solution set up on this printer. The other thing is that these print sheets are pretty good, but if they have problems with adhesion, then what I need to do every now and then, once, you know, every 10 prints or so maybe, is that there is some sort of residue with PLA that builds up as it's printing. And you need to take it to the sink, and with hot water and soap and a scouring pad, you need to give it a pretty decent scrub. You don't want to really scrape all the PEI off this, but you need to give it a good scrub. And that's not anywhere in the Prusa knowledge base. It's not something they recommend. I consider that to be a hack. If they document it, that's one thing, but this is just something that you kind of have to figure out on your own. Once I account for those two things, I will have virtually 100% success with prints. If I don't account for both of those things, honestly, I can go 4 or 5 prints in a row that are all failures. But if you account for what this printer needs, every print works every time-ish. The other thing is I got this cool desk cabinet thing from IKEA. It just so happens to be exactly the right size. I like it a lot. You don't really need this pin board up front, but it's got these nice drawers down here. It has more shelves that go here that obviously I can't put in because the printer's here. But yeah, it fits it perfect. The only downside is it's really hard to get spools of filament off. I think I just need to adjust where they are because these are adjustable height. Once I do that, I should be able to have the perfect setup. Maybe even I'll enclose it. I have some acrylic panels that I cut that I think I could slot, well, I tested it. I can slot them in like right here just to get a little bit of enclosure. That's a problem for later though. Other than that, I'm liking this printer more than when I originally got it. But again, I can only recommend it in very specific circumstances. So yeah, if this printer is for you, consider it. Prusa does have an affiliate link program, so I did put that link in the bottom if this printer sounds like it's a good fit for you. If not, don't buy it. If you do want it, use my affiliate link and I get some rewards points or something. Well, happy printing. See you next time.